Real Madrid are interested in signing Diogo Dalot from Manchester United, and they have already held talks with his representatives. This is a breaking update coming through from a credible source all the way from Spain as we approach the January transfer window, where we expect a few movements to be made in, but most probably out of Manchester United. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb, and of course, here to give you a quick one, perhaps one that many of you might not have expected, quite unexpected if you ask me, because listen, Diogo Dalot, and I don't get it. Diogo Dalot is one of the most probably unappreciated players by the fans of Man United. Yet last season, if you do recall, his fellow players voted him as the best Manchester United player, the best voted by his teammates, which is an honor if your teammates vote you as the best. But the fans of United don't quite get him. If you recall, since he joined Man United in 2018, Diogo Dalot has played over 175 games, and he has been one of the more consistent players, especially in terms of appearances, in terms of being there. Under Eric Ten Hag, he was playing literally every game, lots of minutes for him. I think he was only second to Bruno and maybe Onana in terms of players who played the most minutes. So you get a sense that he's a special player, especially for his versatility. And this actually has caught the attention of Ruben Amourim, who has also been waxing lyric about him in recent days. So it is emerging now that the 25-year-old is attracting attention from Real Madrid, not as their main guy, but as a backup should they fail to get their first priority right back in Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool, because it's becoming exceedingly unlikely that Real Madrid will lure or price Trent Alexander-Arnold out of Liverpool, especially considering how Liverpool is performing. Currently, you can clearly see that Liverpool are a better team than Real Madrid. So, but also the fact that the slot machine is instantly working, and Trent is a big part of that. He's a local town hero in Liverpool. Is this the time for him to make that move? That's why Madrid are looking at options. And he's even said that Madrid did start conversations with his representatives, that's Dalot's representatives, when Eric Ten Hag was still manager. So they like him for his versatility, his hard work. You do recall that Cristiano Ronaldo gave him a good endorsement as he was leaving when he was frustrated out of the club. He said among the few players who sort of showed a good attitude of working hard and trying to learn a thing from him was Diogo Dalot. And I think that has been proved by how each coach who comes in trusts him and they keep putting him there. So it's saying now that Madrid are extremely interested. In fact, they value him. For me, this is, I think, where it sounds good for my ears, because Madrid highly value Diogo Dalot, because they are saying they value him at around 41 million pounds. Now, that's about 50 million euros. Now, 50 million euros for Diogo Dalot, for me, wouldn't be a bad deal for Man United, considering the fact that United is most likely going to find themselves in a sell to buy situation in whichever next transfer window they can be good to do big business, whether it's January or the summer, which is highly likely. The reality is Man United is in a proper sell to buy situation if Amourim would want to buy any players. So if Diogo Dalot can bring in a 41 million quid, my view is that he can actually go. Honestly, my view is that that's money Man United can use to buy a younger player who can play better in the new setup that Ruben Amourim is trying to introduce at Man United. So that's what's happening now. Of course, some people will look at this as extremely impossible, because of course how people don't rate because of how they don't rate Dalot. But let me read the report for you from this Spanish media. It's called Relovo. They are reporting that Real Madrid are asking about Diogo Dalot as an option on the right, and already know his price, which is 50 million euros. The white club is keeping a close eye on the Portuguese fullback, although it knows that he will be expensive, and that for Ruben Amorim, he's a key player, because at least Amorim seemed to suggest the same. And the reason why Madrid need a right back is because you know very well that their natural right back in Dani Carvajal is out for the rest of the season through injury. So they have been playing a winger, Lucas Vasquez, as right back in most of the games they have been struggling. So it doesn't really work properly. So it will be, I think, extremely difficult for them to cope with Lucas Vasquez until the end of the season. That's why I'm saying they actually could try and make that move for Dalot in Jan, Because for Dalot, the possibility of playing for Real Madrid is a lifetime game changer. I think it would change his life. It would be a dream come true. I mean, for Man United, where he has played since 2018, making a decent name for himself. If Madrid come calling, like Rodri said, you've got to listen. So, do I think it will be a good move? I personally think so because, again, like I said, not so many Man United supporters are extremely convinced by Dalot anyway. But I also don't see, with the arrival of Nusair Mazraoui, I don't see Dalot having a definite role in this new Man United setup because, as you can see, when he's playing, he's played on the left, and that's because there is a gap. Luke Shaw and Malaysia are not 100% fit, but Ruben Amorim would prefer to have naturally left-footed players playing on the left wing back. So Dalot is a stopgap. Do you need such a player, a John O'Shea? I think Dalot is the John O'Shea of Man United, who could play in central defense, in midfield, in left back, wherever you want to have him. He was before, but with the arrival of Nusair Mazraoui, who is ages ahead of him, levels ahead of him, certainly for me, if Madrid is seriously interested, I don't see how that deal won't happen. Does it make sense for United? I think it does. For Madrid, if they feel he's a player who works for them, because you look around the market, and there are honestly not so many great right backs. If you think about it, there are not so many better. There are not so many better than Diogo Dalot. He's not world class, not there yet, but I think at 25 he has got a few of the things that can make him that, because at least he has the basics in terms of the hard work, but also his ability to use the ball. The only issue for me lacking with Dalot is the lack of consistency. One time he plays a good game, and then the other time you don't get him. He's all over the place. But again, you think the fact that he keeps switching roles and positions also affects him in a way. But he tries to hold his own and try to give the best he can. So I think it's a good update. It's something that 41 million quid is money that Amourim could make use of to get better young players who can come in and fit directly into what he's trying to build. Because trust you me, regardless of how things look, progressive at Man United, there is need to bolster this squad with signings that are a bit younger, but also with players with a better understanding of the things Amorim would want to play, of the style Amorim would want to play, but also have more natural players playing in this system of football. So it's a good update for me. Of course, we'll keep following that story to see how it goes. But I do remind you guys to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Like, if you can't share, at least just click on that like button. Just click like. That's the least you can do for this channel. If you like, the video keeps moving, and of course, more people will get to view it. Subscribe, and of course, it's the growth of the channel. You never know where it will end. As we keep growing, we get more ideas, get more innovative, and you never know what more we could do. I do remind you, we are powered by Uplift Causes. Visit that YouTube channel, Uplift Causes, and check out the work we do with young people around Africa in schools and communities, helping them with their mental health. If you read that scroll down the screen, it tells you the details of how kids are suffering because of their mental health. It's bad, it's terrible. We've got to help them when they're young. And that is what we've invested to do with Uplift Causes. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. Dalot out for 41 million quid. Take it. Cheers.